Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Sammy. In this video, I'm going to share with you my league starter for 0.5 and my expectations for the league. And I have to say, it's pretty simple when it comes to my expectations. It's one, but it's a big one. I think this is the league where Grinding Gear Games is going to stamp its identity on the league. And I'm going to explain why in this video. So, without further ado, let's get to it. As far as what I'm going to be playing in 0.5, I'm going to be playing something that probably 0.00000000001% of the player base is going to be playing. And that is the Huntress Spirit Walker Ascendancy. Insert sarcasm. Yes, I am going to be playing the Huntress. Look, when it comes to any new class being introduced to POE2 and a new ascendancy, as a creator, I feel I have an obligation to play it. I'm not, for example, when the Druid launched, that's not a play style that kind of suits me or do I like. But I played it because I feel like I have an obligation. So the Spirit Walker is a new ascendancy. I wanted to try it. Obviously, there's other new ascendancies that have also come into the game for 0.5, martial artist being one of them. Probably try that out later, but I'm going to start with the Spirit Walker. I'm just going to give you kind of the lay of the land of how I'm going to play it. It's not earth shattering or rocket science, but I'm going to be playing Whirling Slash and Twister. Gee, surprise, surprise. That's going to get me through the campaign. And as far as the ascendancies go, I'm going to get Primal Bounty for the extra 2 additional projectile. Then we're going to go Vivid Stampede for the stags. Then we're going to go Wild Protector for that bear. Give us some more protection. And then I'm going to get Morgan's Guidance. And for those of you that are not aware, but I'm sure most of you are, once you pick those 3, you get the Sacred Unity, which grants you these 2 beautiful things, Embrace of the Wild and Soaring Ground. And the hope is that all these synergize with Twister and Whirling Slash, and they will. Looks like they are going to synergize very, very nicely. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to start with Primal Bounty, get the extra projectiles, and then bring in the stags on Ascendancy 2 and get those 3 stags that leap 4 times. And when you add in Morgan's Guidance, each leap of those 3 stags is 20% shock magnitude. So that's 240% shock. Now, I do want to kind of backtrack on something that when I was theory crafting this build, I kind of wanted to give like a Sammy flair to it. And I was toying with the idea of doing a meta skill. So I was thinking, you know what? These stags are creating so much shock. I want to somehow capitalize on that. So I was debating going with Cast on Shock to trigger Lightning Conduit, where you call down lightning to hit all enemies in the cone in front of you. Again, capitalizing on the shock, more damage. However, when we were debating this and theory crafting it, when I started looking at everything that it was going to throw at my build, we kind of just backed away. Now, not that and it's not possible. It's definitely possible. I just didn't want to go there. And the 2 things there's a couple of things that stuck out. Number 1, the spirit allocation of adding this meta gem, okay? Not that, again, it's possible, but I already require spirit for the stags. I already require spirit for the bear. I'm using Herald of Ice. That requires spirit. Then Cast on Shock is another 60 spirit. So there's that aspect. Again, doable, but do you want to go down that road? Then there was the fear of what the mana drain, just the draining of my mana that this addition was going to do to my build. We can mitigate that through selecting some of the cost efficiency nodes on the tree. But when we put that all together, I just didn't want to go through that. Now, it may be something that we may consider. Again, we'll see how things pan out. I may add that later on. We'll see how it goes. The other thing that I had to majorly get over was the fact that this node, the natural order, taming a unique beast. Obviously, when we saw the teaser, everyone was salivating when we all saw that. And the fact that I'm not planning to use it was something that I really mentally had to get over. But again, that is something that I may respect to. So I do have a couple of other options later on in the end game if I do want to go there. But for now, this is going to be my play, whirling slash twister with these ascendancies, and just make those twisters just enormously OP. As far as the expectations for 0.5, I have one big one, but before we do go there, I do want to give some praise to GGG for some other notable mentions that I believe are going to be shining stars in 0.5. Obviously, the big one, the elephant in the room, is the end game. This is the end game patch, and I do believe that we are thoroughly going to enjoy the end league. I think what they've done to 0.5's end game is just looks unbelievable, and I think we all are going to give them praise. Everybody is chomping at the bit to get their hands on it, and I'm so happy that they stuck to the infinite world. I was hoping they were going to do that, and the fact that they did, I'm really, really happy. And 0.5 shows what the potential of the infinite map, the infinite world is, what it could be. I think we're going to get a first taste of how much potential the infinite world format is going to have for us. So I'm really excited about that. The fact that Grinding Gear Games gave us a JSON file for the passive skill tree before the launch, that's typically something they don't do. So thank you, GGG. The fact that players are currently finalizing their builds, theory crafting their builds, dotting their I's, crossing their T's, because they gave us the skill tree ahead of time. I really hope they continue that tradition. So thank you, Grinding Gear Games. Like the tower, the MTX reward, there's the armor piece of it, but there's also the tower, the MTX that goes into your hideout. Beautiful, beautiful. I think that is so great. People that complete the challenges, are definitely going to flex that in their hideout. And players, when they come in your hideout to buy something, they'll be able to see, holy crap, Sammy finished all the challenges? Wow. That's not how they're going to react. But anyway, I think those are honorable mentions. We'll see what the crafting is going to be like in 0.5. I know there's a lot of noise about that, whether it's dead, I'm going to play a wait and see. I think the league mechanic, the Ruin of Aldor, the ruins that are coming in, I really do believe has improved the early to mid game crafting. I'm super looking forward to that, as I am with all the other content. There's just so much to even talk about. So those are the honorable mentions. But the big thing for me, my expectation for 0.5 solely lands on this one that I'm going to talk about right now. And before I say it, I do want to provide a backstory to it. For those of you that don't remember, there was a lot of noise from certain parts of the community about the lack of vision that this game had, or that it wasn't the vision that GGG talked about before the release of POE2's early access. There was no sense of identity in the game. Where are they heading? This game is more POE1 than it is POE2. Too fast, too slow, all this noise, right? An identity crisis. Well, to me, 0.5, my expectation of this league is that this league is going to be the identity league. This is the league in my humble opinion, that Grindy Gear Games stamps its identity on the game. And when we look back past 1.0, when it's 2027, 2028, and people start debating and talking about how did we get here and when did Grindy Gear Games stamp its identity on the game, I think this is the league where it started. I think we're finally getting the true essence of what Grindy Gear Games vision, identity, whatever you want to call it, is going to be. I think 0.5 is going to flex that in spades. So to me, 0.5 is the identity league. This is where Grindy Gear Games says this is the vision of the game. And to me, it brings me tremendous joy. I think this is going to be a W of a league. We'll wait and see. Only time will tell. But that is my expectation for 0.5. I think it's going to convince a lot of players, this is where the game is going, and this is how they want players to play it. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that need to be improved and built on when it comes to the identity of the game. They're far from done, but I think this is the first time we can truly say that they're stamping their identity on the game. So I'm looking forward to many more leagues like this, and I'm really looking forward to 0.5. Now, when it comes to the return of the agents, what are my plans? Well, it goes live in 2 days, May 29th. I will be live streaming it on Twitch and YouTube. Come over and hang out, say hello. We'd love to have you. We're a chill community. I'm going to be streaming it the whole weekend. We're going to be hauling some long hours. Only time I'm not going to be streaming on the weekend is when I'm sleeping like a little baby, just to get some rest eye. Shut eye. Hey, I'm not 20, okay? So this is a marathon, not a race. So we're going to be streaming it all weekend just with sleep breaks, which I'm going to hold down to a bare minimum. And so come over, say hello. We'd love to have you. I'm going to be on a good chunk of the weekend. Get in the comments section and let me know what your league starter is going to be. I would love to hear it. I'm sure you're not going to be playing the build that I'm playing, that hardly anyone's going to play, but get in the comments section and let me know. And don't forget to like the video and put a comment on the video. It helps push it through the YouTube algorithm. And if you really want to support my channel, it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to this channel. And as always, we'll hope to see you on the next one. Good luck, everyone. Have a great league start. I'm wishing you all the loot, a mirror on day one, and in the end game, 2 hours into the drop of the league. So, and don't forget, have fun. All right. Talk to you later, everyone. Thanks for watching. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.